Alrighty, here we go. We are on, Jason.
Welcome, everyone, on this beautiful Wednesday where the markets are not red and all we see is green.
Tesla's down though.
Tesla is down. That is true. But yeah, most things are up, okay? Most things are up.
You know, the company we covered yesterday, Blake, who's the CEO of Genover,
Yeah.
they're up 7% today.
Let's go.
Yeah,
It's
I
because of
don't.
us. Obviously. Naturally, it's us. You know? Hey, we get the retail involved and we're good to go.
Yeah, here, let me show you. I mean,
We'll
obviously,
take
I
it.
don't know if it was because he was on stonks or not, but it's just fun to see
I'm
that.
going to go with it. So I will take I'll take payment in form of stonks.
This makes me happy to see, him rewarded because these
No, I
are
agree.
small companies that are trying their best, and they obviously don't have the resources of traditionally when you think of large public companies, they have unlimited resources.
Yeah.
But
I think one reason why he's up today though, honestly, is because I feel like, today it kind of confirmed that we're 100% getting a rate cut come September,
yeah,
which is going to help out his sector, even though his sector is tied to technically to commercial real estate. But at the end of the day, like I know he said they don't do loans, but at the end of the day, he is tied to it. So I feel like the interest rates coming down,
yeah.
confirmation day definitely probably helped out a little bit there.
Damn, I didn't buy yesterday. I mean, I probably shouldn't be buying companies that we feature, so I probably have some sort of restriction on. I can't buy them, but
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
if people did buy them, I think you would have been rewarded.
no, 100% agreed.
Cool. Yeah, so that was yesterday. Welcome everyone. Good to see everyone in the stream here. All the usuals. We have a whole bunch of regulars now. Love to see you
Yes.
guys every day.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, like at this point, like I feel like I know everybody. And like I can like honestly see when there's new people in the chat. I'm like, oh, that's a new person. That's a new person. Even though we've had like a lot of growth just in the past like couple weeks, like still like I know the people that are here like every day, like day in, day out, no matter what stock we're covering, no matter what we're doing, just hyped to be in chat. It's great to see.
Yeah, and today was the first day we went live, you guys. So the new website
Yeah.
is live. A bunch of more changes coming, but at least the big update is done. And
Yeah,
so
definitely. If you guys have feedback, let us know because I think the new site is done well. So obviously, Stock Jock was just sitting there all day on it. So
yeah, he
he's
got
doing,
like 100 followers on Stonks, right?
yeah, I think he's at 110 or something like that when I was
Yeah.
left. So he's up there though. He's definitely driving people over here. Like he said, he obviously I talked to him a little bit offline too. He said he was loving it, so which is great to see. Love it, man.
Here,
Yeah,
I
what's
can
up, roaring
actually.
puppy?
Here he is. He's live. I'm just gonna
I think
show his channel.
I think he is live right now.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't, go over to Stock Jock and give him a quick follow. Give Stock Jock a quick follow. He streams every day. He does a lot of live trading. So if you love live trading, then it's going to definitely be a place for you to hang out. Like I said, he streams Monday through Friday, and he does a lot of options trading. So
Yeah, just drop a hi in his chat, so he knows the love is coming. He is the first analyst on Stonk to really stream because today was day one of us being live.
It's literally so we launched this. Yeah, we launched this pretty much early this morning, and then he was the first one to jump on and go live, which is it's good to see. Like I said, obviously as this continues going on, because again, this is like a pretty much a version like 0.1. You're going to see more and more and more channels go live outside of our channel every day that goes live. So
Hey, he made $3,000 today. Damn, nice.
Yeah, got those realized gains, 3K, baby. Obviously, it's gonna get chopped a little bit by the government, but hey, still good gains, no matter how you split it.
Sweet. This is fun to see. This is so much fun
great. It's great. Yeah, I can't wait to see like obviously the whole site just filled out with content creators.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen So sooner rather than later.
This
So
is the dream. It's what we're building for.
yep. That way you guys in the chat have content to take in all the time. So like I said, if you guys haven't, go over and drop Stock Jock a quick, follow really quick. Tell them we sent you. And yeah, like I said, if you guys haven't got your predictions in, make sure you guys get your predictions in. It's super, super, super easy to do it. Like I said, if you're watching from YouTube or Twitter, come over to stocks.com. Obviously, we should probably put that scrolling at the bottom too if we don't already have it scrolling, but that way you guys know where to go. But yeah, stocks.com. Come on over, hang out, be a part of the cool kids club. Make sure you get your predictions in. We got 27 minutes to do that. The bottom, obviously, right beside where the global chat is at the bottom on the left right there. It's big and yellow. It's easy to see. You click on that, make prediction. And yes, make what prediction you want it to be. It could be, obviously, you could be bullish, bearish. If you have multiple tickets, you can cover both ends. It's probably the best way to do it. That way you got double or triple the chances. You can enter as many times as you want. I know some people yesterday didn't know they could enter more than once. Remember, you guys have unlimited predictions. So like if you every time you use your code, your referral link, anytime somebody signs up, you get 5 extra tickets that way as well. But let's just say you have 10 tickets or 20 tickets, you can enter, 20 submissions if you want to, and have those predictions as many times as you want. That obviously ups your chances of winning. But you don't have to. But I know yesterday there were some people that said they didn't know they could enter more than once. So shout out to you guys. You guys now know that.
Yeah, you can enter 10 times. Just share your link, get more tickets, and enter as many times as you want.
Exactly. It's a fun game, and again, like I said, it's free to do. You don't have to deposit any money, and once you hit a certain limit, you can go to cash out, and you can cash out easily your own earnings.
All right, let's talk about Cisco.
Yeah, let's do it. So I don't know if you have a chance to look into anything on Cisco stuff.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on Cisco, but here we can go through some Cisco news first.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, they're expecting, from what I could gather, at least, they're expecting to post lower Q4 results. So that's that could be a thing that could obviously swing said stock up or down. I mean, I guess once you kind of let the crowd know that, hey, these earnings aren't going to be our best. Maybe it kind of like caps you a little bit, but I mean, pretty much throughout the day today, it's literally been pretty stagnant. I think they're up like 10 cents on the day, so nothing too crazy. They had that bigger jump, like what was that? I think it was back on like the 8th or whatever in August. So they had a pretty good intraday jump there, but since then it's kind of just been sideways trading for the last few days. We'll see what happens, obviously, with earnings. I do know, again, like they said they were expecting to post lower Q4 results. So we'll see what happens there. I know it says Cisco's revenue for its fiscal fourth quarter is expected to fall 11% to $13.54 billion, according to consensus analysts. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, EPS is supposed to be down to around 52 cents per share as well. So yeah, like I said, I guess obviously the market's probably already pricing in that it's going to go on the downside. If they do beat that, then the stock's going to go up. And they obviously have their layoffs coming up too. I know they announced those, or they did announce them in the past.
I think Cisco, in my humble opinion, is a classic value trap. That doesn't mean it's not going to go up 10% today, but I think just it's a company that is declining in revenue. They're laying off people. They're very cheap. It's a 15 P going to a 13 P. But the only reason they haven't declined faster is inertia. Is in sort of enterprise software and networking and equipment, there's a lot of inertia in switching, and so these companies just go on forever, like SAP. These sort of dinosaurs when it comes to enterprise equipment and software just tend to go on forever and ever. That doesn't mean that they are well run. That doesn't mean they are innovating. That doesn't mean that they have new products specifically that can drive growth. And when I look at Cisco, my big question is, okay, fine, all of that is true, but like, what are you doing about it, right? Like, what other than buying companies, which really is a shortcut that shouldn't management really shouldn't get credit for that much, because usually they drive those companies into the ground anyway. So like, it's rare to see a successful acquisition that really 10x's everything. So like, what is the growth story here? And without growth, like, I don't care what the PE is. If you're declining, I think Cisco is expected to decline 10% or 8% or whatever year on year. Like, okay, is this going to keep declining 10% for the next 10 years, right? Like, well, how do we turn the ship around? And laying off people is not the answer, because, okay, fine, you've met your EPS targets. So if you look at their EPS targets, they've been hitting their EPS targets like really nicely, which just means that they're managing costs well, which is fine, but there's no growth here. And you know what this reminds me of is kind of like when we covered Logitech. That's a company I'm familiar with because they bought my last company. This Cisco reminds me of Logitech. They both kind of got started around the same era of when personal computing got off the ground, and they're so far beyond their peak years. And I mean, Cisco used to be the Nvidia 20 years ago. Like, that's the irony of this whole thing. And yeah, I don't know. Call me skeptical.
No, I agree. I agree with you on this end too. I think it's like it's one of those dinosaurs that's been around for a long time. I mean, the highest the stock price ever got was at the millennia, before that tech disaster happened, right? So that was back in 2000. Was its highest stock price. For the past 5 years, it's been pretty much, trading sideways since like 2018. It's pretty much sideways on that end too. So the way I look at it, I think it's just, again, like you said, it's one of those dinosaurs that a lot of people haven't, one, they're not going to change really anytime soon if they did. And two, it's, everybody that's using them, it's kind of hard for them to stop using them. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, like eventually what happens eventually the train just, just nosedives slowly. Again, could they turn it around 100%? I think they could if they wanted to, but I just don't know if, it's hard to get a dinosaur to turn around and get with the new age when it really hasn't been doing that, since like 2000. So that's kind of the way I look at Cisco, at least. I think it's just, again, I think it could pop today, maybe, but again, like I said, they're doing the Q4 earnings today, pretty much. They're expected to be, down on Q4 earnings quite a bit there, like we just talked about. When it comes to EPS, it's going to be down quite a bit, even more. So it's like, it's hard to like be like, okay, like, this is going to be something that does well. I think it said, what did it say? Earnings per share is supposed to be down, or is down 47%. That's just like ridiculous. 47% to 52 cents. That's kind of nuts. Again, a down year over year, 11%. I mean, to me, that just spells disaster, especially for something like that at Cisco. So, I mean, maybe the stock price does go up today. I'm not 100% for sure. Like maybe it does, but yeah, I think, Cisco is just that old giant. That's just, it's going to be hard to get it to do anything other than the downward fall that it should have already been in, but has been steadily just staying at its own right, laying people off every other quarter and staying steady for the past 5 years.
Gentlemen,
hey, what's up, Topic? Hope everything's well, my man.
Oh, everything is great. Cisco,
awesome. You have anything to say about Cisco? Do you know Cisco?
Yeah. What do you think of
Cisco? Man, I got my 2 cents on Cisco.
All right, let us know. Let us hear it.
Not very innovative. Not all right. For lack of a better word, boring.
It is very boring. I mean,
not just the company, but the stock itself too. Like if you, it's decently sound. Like I look over at my router in the corner of my living room. It's got a Cisco logo on it. But like it's it's router revenue. It's like, come on.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, it's again they've literally been treading water the past 5 years. Like they've just been staying afloat, doing nothing in terms of like changing. Again, they've just been laying off people over and over and over again to again tread water at this point. They're not doing anything to change the ship. The ship's still going south. And it's like, hey, look, this ship's going south. You're not turning it around. There's a cliff over here. So if you're not turning the ship, I mean, the cliff's going to happen at some point. You're going to get there.
Yeah, they don't really have a moat. They're reputable at best. They're not leading any industry. Like what? Yeah. Cybersecurity, IoT. What do I got here? What do I got here? Like their data center networking, and like them like trying to convert over from like, routers, switches, like hardware sales, they're trying to convert over to like subscription revenue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Too little, too late, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm somebody that's a big component of subscription revenue. Like 100% love subscription revenue.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, what are you guys doing different to actually bolster said subscriptions? That's the thing I want to know. Like, is there something I don't know? Maybe. And maybe they're holding something, they're not letting out yet. That's something like big and going to like bolster, said subscriptions again. Cause again, I'm one of the biggest proponents to businesses running off subscription-based models. But again, you have to keep those brands to continue the subscriptions. So it's like, what are you doing to do that? Can
you pull that chart back up?
Are you talking about the long-term chart?
Yeah, pull that back up.
If you pull that long-term chart back up, Marty.
Is that a Head and Shoulders top I'm seeing forming right there?
Okay, check this out, guys. This is like a stupid press release Cisco put out 2 days ago. And look at the shit they're talking about, how hybrid work and advanced sustainability in the work. Like, it's just buzzword. Like, there is no soul here. Like, what? Like, hybrid, like that era died. Everyone has realized in-office is better.
It's either okay. You have one or two things. You either have in office or people that are remote, right?
Yeah.
So I think hybrid is just a dead model in its first place, right? 100%. I think remote can work if you have the right team. If you're just like hiring random people, you don't really know at all, then in office work is 100% the way to go. But again, like I think remote can work, but it has to be the right sort of people that actually can keep their foot on the pedal and not somebody that can't manage themselves. And like I said, that's few and far between. So I agree with you 100% there. The hybrid work model is so gone. It's not even funny.
And they ran a survey 2 years ago in 2022, and they just released a press release for it. Like what? Okay, let's look at another. Building bridges and feeding people. Like, it's like they're trying to like portray how, like, I don't know, like carrying a walk or like.
No, I agree.
This is a networking company. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and again, the press releases are even boring. There's nothing there. It's like, okay, like, what is this hybrid work model you guys are talking about? Who cares? Like, oh my God. Like, we want to see you guys innovate. I don't care like how your people are working. I don't care if they work remote or whatever. Do some innovation here. Like, do something.
Create a new Wi-Fi standard that's much faster. Like
that too. There we go. Exactly. Like, yeah, some stuff like that. Like, I feel like at this point, like stuff like that should be innovating faster as well. Like we have it, obviously, where you can hardwire yourself in and get like super great speeds. But we're behind when it comes to on the Wi-Fi thing still, I feel like. So obviously, like you said, like, create something new there, like innovate, do something. Like it's just like stupid. Like, I don't care about your press release about hybrid work models.
I've been doing my my due diligence all morning and most of the afternoon on Cisco right before I jump on, like I always do.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's like what you were saying, Werty, like buzzword after buzzword. I'm trying to get information on this company, like why Cisco out of all of its competitors, and it's just it's just buzz topic after buzz topic. And it's like this is the epitome of just like opening a Lay's potato chip bag and seeing that there's like nothing in it but air, and you just end up honestly, frustrated, not getting what you want. And I mean, I'll give them this, like they had their best Q1 earnings this year. Good. You're making money. Like their dividend yield is like what 3.5%. But
I
like
think
as
it's
an
another thing that
options
keeps them up
trader, I don't
too.
even touch this kind of stuff. You know, it had like what a less than $10 flux. Like it's year to date high was like 52.5, and its
Yeah,
year to date
I
low
think.
is 44.69. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
not
agree with
that
you
exciting.
there. Definitely agree with you. I do think their their dividend also keeps them afloat right now in terms of like people not wanting to get rid of the stock.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, like I said, if they don't innovate or do anything different, they're going to have to start cutting said dividend.
Yeah.
Like, and
They
that's not going to be great. As soon as they see a cut in the dividend, like you're going to see people jump ship like crazy.
they earned like 57 billion last year and gave 10.6 back to its shareholders. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
you better do that. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason it's holding them afloat since 2018.
yeah.
Really, that's the main thing that's been holding them afloat is as soon as they eventually, in the way I look at it, unless they innovate, unless they have something big, again, like I said, it's going to change and get people to actually, buy onto that subscription model. If that doesn't happen, like eventually you're going to have to start cutting said dividend. And then when that happens, people are going to start jumping ship like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only thing keeping them afloat right now, honestly.
Well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt again. Analyst ratings of Splunk's cybersecurity was an 8.4 out of 10, and that's
Yeah, we
where
get
they
it. They
earned a
talk
lot of.
cybersecurity all the time, though, too. Like Cisco puts out articles all the time about, like, they had one just
They,
a few days ago
bought
about.
Splunk, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
yeah. Cisco
something
bought
around.
Splunk last year in like quarter 3 or early quarter 4, something like that.
And
Yeah,
who does
they.
Splunk compete with? Is it like CrowdStrike and those guys, or is it a different type of product? I'm not familiar with Splunk.
Oh, that is a good
I
question.
think they do compete with those. I think that's on the same level in terms of like what they're doing. Because again, they're obviously they're bringing up like Cisco's been trying to do stuff with like the UN and the cybercrime convention and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot that goes on that. I know they're trying to push new stuff onto the UN side to help them, long term too, which could get them some like government dollars, I guess, from each government. But I mean, like again, how long is that going to get you?
Yeah, Datadog, New Relic,
Yeah, that's who they're.
Sumo
Yeah.
Logic, Microsoft,
Yeah,
Logarithm.
they're just competing with the whole bunch. I just don't know where they're innovating to stand out. Because again, I mean, I get that they stand out because they're an old name. They've been around, for a long, long time. But I just don't know when it comes. Again, I guess right now maybe they could stand out next to CrowdStrike. I don't know because that whole debacle. But I just feel like so many people use CrowdStrike. I don't see people leaving that system even with that debacle. I don't know. I feel like it's hard.
Another company Cisco reminds me of is Intel.
Oh, Intel. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a
Right.
good one, honestly.
Now, Intel, I think, is on an increased, what's a good word for this? Depreciation curve.
Yes,
Than
I can agree
Cisco
with
is.
that.
Intel's in a much worse position, but they're essentially following the same trajectory here.
No, they're 100% following the same, trajectory at a definitely a slower rate. But yeah, like we've been saying though, it's just it's that old dinosaur. Can the old dinosaur turn and do something good? I'm sure they could if their management team pushed it. But it doesn't seem like the management team's been pushing much since 2018 to get it anywhere. So it's been 5 years, I guess almost it's like 6 years now at this point. It's been enough years that like something big should have changed by now at least.
Doesn't help that hedge funds are selling more than they're buying either. That's a good indicator for me as well.
That is always the indicator people like to look at.
Yeah.
It's honestly good. So we'll turn into a foundry company for production. I mean, maybe so, Freedoms, maybe so. All right, guys, we got less than 10 minutes. Make sure you guys get your predictions in today, by the way. Super simple. Come over and make them.
Let's get into before I put my prediction in, let's get into the technicals a little bit.
You want to share your screen topic? Go ahead.
So I, avid FinViz Elite user, if it'll ever log in. There we go.
Old FinViz, man.
I love it.
It's good, honestly. Like that was actually one of the first sites I started using.
I just, I need to contact them and, get an endorsement from them. That's why I need to do that. Like on my daily chart, we got a very slow downward, bearish channel that I'm looking at right now. And then if I check out the, well, hang on, before I, get too far ahead, it's got a sturdy downward resistance line, starting here January 26th, it touched back May 16th, and then finally for a third time, August 1st. It's not wanting to move past that at all. Then it's beginning support line was November 16th, and then another time bounced off of that. Looks like June 14th and August 5th. But then when I look over at my monthly, it seems as if it's kind of broke that support line a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I'll pull up my weekly chart, and August 9th, breaking its support line right there. And with the lack of innovation, people are kind of skeptical on where this company is going. This could be it. I typically like to wait a little longer. I like to see it break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like I said, I mean, I honestly don't think it's gonna like crash like today or anything like that. Like I said, they're already expecting like be down 11% year over year. So I think EPS is supposed to be 2, so that's down year over year as well. So I don't think it's going to fall today, but it's definitely, again, like I said, it's definitely not looking good.
Now's the time to do it.
I mean, any time can happen in this market. You never know, right? But I feel like today's been like a good green day for most stocks, outside of like maybe a Tesla or something like that. But for most stocks today, it's been pretty good.
I want to know why Ali is wearing cricket attire.
True.
Cricket's huge. The cricket. Hey guys. Hey topic, Jason Murthy.
Hey.
The cricket World Cup ended a few weeks ago. India won, but we were supporting Pakistan and the US, and both those teams just got destroyed.
Yeah.
However, today is the Independence Day for Pakistan, so kind of like July 4th. And so my son wanted to wear his cricket jersey, and I am forced to support and wear it too. So
forced to support. Man,
no, I have to wear this all day.
Dad life.
No, I know meetings and everything.
We all know what I'm supporting.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
America.
No,
we did this.
A little patriotic day with.
Get out of here, bro.
Oh yeah,
Alan Jackson shirt.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's
a classic, man.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can tell you're in like the what is it, like the Midwest?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I can tell that. Woo, Alan Jackson.
Fun fact: the Cricket World Cup this year was held in America. So,
oh, was it really? It was held.
Yeah. So if you zoom in,
where was it held at? Which city?
You zoom in here. It says West Indies and USA.
Okay.
They had the iconic game for India versus Pakistan in New York, in Brooklyn. They made a stadium, and it was
India's good, bro.
It was one of the most watched sporting events in the history of sporting.
Oh yeah, there's like what is it? It's like number 2 in the world, isn't it?
1.5 billion people watched it, and it wasn't even the final. It was like a group match.
Yeah. Cricket is insane. Like the amount of people that either one play cricket or two watch it. Its fan base is crazy loyal too. So I didn't know I didn't know they hosted America this year though. But I know India is just like ridiculous at cricket.
Really hoping my roommates.
Not much else though. The Olympics just finished, and India, the only medals they won were, I think, in archery and shooting, both sports that require you not to move. You have to stand still and shoot.
I mean, hey,
cricket is also the only sport in the world where there's like a 3-hour version, kind of like baseball, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like a 1-day version that takes an entire day.
That's nuts, too.
Then there's a 5-day version that takes 5 consecutive days to play, and you have tea breaks and luncheon breaks and supper breaks. It's a very British thing. It's a British sport, right? So like they will roll out tea and cups and little silverware and like whatever.
That's what I'm talking about. I actually didn't know there was I knew there's a whole one day. I didn't know there's a 5-day one though. That is crazy.
Yeah. Also, another fun fact. A couple of fun facts. So they've set up a cricket league in the U.S. and now there's sports franchises, and so people are buying like New York whatever versus Dallas whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so there are all these teams in the major cities, and cricket is now going to be part of the Olympics, which are in LA.
Yep.
4 years from now for the first time. So 2028.
That's pretty sick. It's
going to be in LA.
It's been an Olympic sport before.
Yeah. I mean, everything's an Olympic sport, but I will say though, they're not doing breakdancing in 4 years. So they ruined that.
So bad.
You got cricket.
Oh, it was so bad, dude. The breakdancing thing was terrible.
Did you see the Australian breakdancer piece?
She got like a 0.
Yep. She has a PhD in cultural movement.
Yeah, she was moving all right. It was great.
All right, guys, we got 3 minutes left. Get your
make sure you guys get your bids in. Get your predictions. Get them in.
Choose your prediction.
Everybody in chat right now, drop one prediction. You can do it. I believe.
Ali, what's your take on Cisco? We've all given our
I want to know.
What do you think of Cisco?
Let's go.
Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Maybe they're part of some like tech indexes or mutual funds, but like I don't know what the growth story is there anymore. Or what the story is. It's funny. This is economics professor who does a lot of personal investing and is makes a lot of YouTube videos, gets views, and like kind of explains that valuation is 50% modeling and 50% storytelling. And storytelling is like a simplified term, but basically like what you believe to be true about this company's prospects in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea what Cisco's story is.
Yeah.
So bearish.
Exactly. It's been the same story since 1990. That's the story. Hasn't changed much, at least. They've done a few good things. Obviously, I'm not saying Cisco's terrible, but it's definitely, like we said before, it's definitely the dinosaur that's just continuing moving forward without turning at all. And I feel like that's going to be the downfall of it eventually. Like I said, I feel like as soon as your dividend starts to, go down, which eventually they will, again, unless, like I said, I know they're trying to get into the more subscription-based model, and that could work if they have something in the works that I don't know about. If that doesn't work, then, eventually that's going to get cut more and more, and then more people will just continue jumping ship.
All right, here we go. Last minute.
One more minute. Get your bids in.
Yeah, share your link if you want more bids. You get 5 entries every time someone signs up from your link. So get your mom on, get your brothers on, get your sisters on, get your kids on, and get those free entries.
See, people are like putting in predictions like hours before.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is like if you put in your prediction, like say like before somebody else does, you guys have the exact same, prediction. Like the person who put it in first is going to be on top. So it kind of pays off to guess early. At least some of your tickets.
Where it's like for stonks, you're gonna like have to like open essentially like flip the sign like okay like predictions are now open and an influx is going to come in.
A Friday evening. So Monday's winner put his in Friday evening. So
that
is wild. But yeah, he put it in Friday evening. And
what do you know? What do you know that I don't?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you know that I don't?
That's what I want to know. Like how you guessed that from Friday.
It's called dumb luck.
Yeah, true. Sometimes if I didn't have that, I would have none at all. So we'll go with it. All right. I think they have closed. So bidding has closed, guys. Bidding has definitely closed now. So no more bids, no more predictions. I think I wanted to bring up though really quick, and I thought it was kind of fascinating. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys know who Kellanova is, the stock K, obviously Kellogg's. So obviously Yeah, they jumped 8% in pre-market trading because the giant Mars, the candy bars, the giant candy bars, reportedly closes in on an all-cash deal to buy the maker of Pop-Tarts and Pringles at a nearly $30 billion valuation. Mars, which makes M&Ms and Skittles, plans to pay $83.50 per share for Kellanova. That is, I feel like that's a pretty big buyout. Honestly, and I think
CPG place. Wow.
Yeah, they closed at $75.50, so they're paying almost a $10 up per share. So
it's big news.
Yeah, that's big news.
Yeah, Mars coming in and just be like, "Yo, I want your Pop-Tarts and your Pringles."
Yeah,
2 things people really shouldn't be eating.
Nope, but a lot of people.
Well, Mars either, but like
Mars for sure, definitely not. Jesus, all that caramel in your teeth. That sounds.
Did you guys also see? I don't know what the stock is doing right now. I looked at this morning, but you may have talked about this already. But the Starbucks hired the Chipotle CEO.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, it went up 23% yesterday. It came down a little bit today, obviously, but man, bringing in Brian, that's big. Because Brian literally turned around Chipotle. Obviously back in 2018 when they brought him in. So I think if anybody can turn around Starbucks and get them back on the upflow, it's gonna be Brian. Honestly, I feel like that's one of the main guys I'd go for.
Yeah. Also, in a couple of other pieces of news, we should probably Foxconn and Tencent also reported earnings, and I think some of the earnings data we get is mostly or US only. So we've got to find a way to kind of sprinkle in some of the largest companies around the world.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Especially
Foxconn. Yeah. Foxconn especially is the Apple supplier, right?
Yep. That too. Like you said with Tencent, there's some really good ones obviously over there as well. I feel like every market has at least a few good ones that would be good to sprinkle in on their side that people actually do still buy and, do things with. So.
Yeah, I'd love to figure out how Porsche and Volkswagen are doing in Europe, and track their earnings.
That too.
I think Porsche is public on the US stock exchange now, right? Or is it a German stock exchange? No,
I thought it was overseas too, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know you're right.
It's listed in Germany. It may have a ADR or a pink sheet or something OTC market here, but it's primarily Germany.
Good old ADRs.
So Foxconn, let me pull this up here.
Yeah.
Foxconn reported Q2 up 19% year on year. Net profit up 6% year on year. Strong AI server demand. So maybe diversifying out of just iPhones a little bit.
Wait, AI server what? Foxconn makes AI. What is an AI server?
I had no idea.
Is it
they must have other
which
clients.
the NVIDIA chip goes? What are they hyping up?
Maybe they're assembling. Maybe they're assembling stuff, right, for the chip makers or some component somewhere, part of the chain.
I mean, tomorrow we're talking about Applied Materials, and they're the ones who literally they're the global leader in nano manufacturing, so technologies. So I know they do a lot of stuff for obviously flat panel displays, semiconductor chips, solar cells, flexible electronics, and energy, those energy efficient glass and stuff like that. So that's one of my favorite stocks, honestly, is Applied Materials, just because they do so much. And without them, we'd be all crying. Especially my TSMC stocks.
I mean, for what I think TSMC, for what it's worth, is probably one of the most important companies in the world right now. That, along with that Dutch company, ASML, what are they called? The lithographic.
ESL, I think.
Yep. ESL.
I put Applied Materials right up there with them, honestly.
ASML is one of my favorite, or was one of my favorite. Oh,
Cisco's dropped. Cisco dropped?
No, it's skyrocketing right now.
Is this actually skyrocketing? Okay, well, here we go, guys. See, we sit here and bash them, and then everybody buys. See, we're good. We do the opposite.
Opposite. Where's the Jim Cramer?
No, let's not go there.
All right, here we go. Let me pull it
Maybe
up.
maybe they did better than what they said they're going to do, being down 11% and like EPS being at 52 cents. I wonder if they beat that.
All right, here we go, guys. Here, have a look.
Awesome. Yeah, pull it up. All right, nice.
Cisco fourth quarter fiscal year product growth 14%. But what is product order growth? Like, no.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Revenue, okay. But
Splunk's up 6%. Well, excluding Splunk was only up 6% actually, though. Splunk was most of that.
Yeah.
Those damn buzz phrase ads were right.
You'll see cyber everywhere.
Okay, let's see. Revenue 13.6. Full year 53, decrease of 6%. Okay, so didn't fall 10%, fell 6%.
Yeah. I mean, they said it's going to. Yeah, so they beat that. So I wonder if they did it on purpose, though, right? They're like, look, if we say we're going to do a lot better than we already know we're going to do, like at the end they're going to think this is positive.
Yeah, GAAP EPS decreased 17% year on year. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's not good at all. I feel like this is one of those things where they said they were going to do way worse, and then they still did bad, but not as bad as they said they're going to do. So the market's like, oh.
Look at the guidance for next year. It's 55 billion.
Oh,
and this year, so they're hoping not to go down next year. That's their big thing. Is we will stay flat.
Okay, well, that's good. At least, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, it is, $13 billion dinosaur. Yeah, I mean, hey,
maybe it's skyrocketing off of how they were doing and not necessarily what they are going to do.
Yeah, I could be a thing. Like I said, if they have something that's going to, again, magically build their subscription model, then, I'm all for it. Because again, I'm a big proponent for subscriptions.
Compared to Q4 last year, their net income is down 45%.
God, that is bad. That's really bad. I feel like I don't even know why they're up. Like, how much are they up right now?
They're up. We can pull up the chart, about 5% in after hours. And I think the P. So I think this might just be like the stock was just really cheap because a lot of bad news is just baked in. Yeah, 15 P and a 3.5% dividend.
Yeah, I mean, the dividend definitely has helped them stay, again, like pretty much sideways since like 2018. So that's definitely been a big thing for them, 100%. But like, it's just like, man, like up 5%, you're down like 57% year over year. That's a whole lot of down. But hey, it's still I guess it's still like you said, like it's one of those old dinosaurs that people are, hard to leave anyway at that point.
This makes no sense to me.
This makes no sense. Like this is not a company I would want to own. Or
not even at 15 PE, maybe at like a 5 PE.
Yeah, I was going to say a 7, but yeah, that 5 would be better.
Yeah, because it's declining, right? So the question is, okay, like what is the P? Like if they fell 45% in net income year on year, right? So like you think you're buying
P level now, really? Then,
right?
Yeah. So it'd be like
and I'm sure they're doing all sorts of funny accounting. Like they've got the GAAP number, the non-GAAP number, that net income number, and so it's kind of fuzzy to actually figure out the truth without doing a really deep dive and figuring out, okay, what are they including in each of those fields and not. And
I agree with you there. You're 100% right there. But again, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like it's almost one of those things where they said they were going to be really, 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 really bad, but they only did really bad. So like the stock's like, okay, we're not going to go down because you guys did really bad, not really, really bad. That's rough, though.
Sure. Let me show you guys what I mean by this, like GAAP accounting funny business here.
Yeah.
So have a look at this. This is their GAAP to non-GAAP guidance. So let's look at this. Let me know if you want me to zoom in here.
Yeah, zoom in a little bit.
I think
okay.
Zooming in would be good.
Okay. Is this better?
Yep.
Okay. So GAAP to non-GAAP guidance. Adjustment for share-based compensation expense. Okay. Pretty significant.
Significant asset.
Yeah, so I mean, look at the difference. Their GAAP operating margin is 14%. Their non-GAAP operating margin is 32%.
Yeah.
It's almost a 50%, like almost 100% difference in what they're including in GAAP versus non-GAAP, which is, that's the part that I think a lot of people don't understand when they look at accounting for these public companies. There's a lot of magician magic going on in numbers.
Try to make them look better than they really are. I mean, I get why companies do that. Obviously, nobody wants their shareholders to, bleed. So I get that. But man, I mean, hey, more power to people buying the stock. I mean, everybody has their own reasoning. It's definitely a stock I'm staying away from. like I said, unless it's down to like a 7%er, on the PE level, then maybe 8. But I think anything of that's pushing it for me. Unless they show sometime soon that their subscription-based model is working and they're growing that side of their business a lot. And I'm talking about like good gains, like quarter after quarter. Then without that, I'm definitely not a buyer.
Yeah, I got about like 8 dozen other stocks I'd rather invest in.
No, exactly. There's a lot of other stocks that are way, way better. I mean, 100% better. If I want to invest in it, I'll just go invest into my S&P, and then there you go. Then we're good to go. They'll be doing way better on that end. So,
man, just barely making the cut gives you a 5.6, 5.3 aftermarket post earnings bump.
Yeah. I'm sure there's other stocks out there, other companies out there looking right now. Like how could we do this bad, but also go up in stock price? That would be me if I was a CEO of a company that's just been getting hammered over them just hitting this going. It's like actually hitting the mark, and like they're going down, and like you got some company who's just like half themselves and is up 5%. Like I'm sure there's somebody out there right now.
Somebody in chat is saying that Warren Buffett bought it. That's why it's up. No, that's Ultra. Okay, that's Ultra, the beauty company. I'm guessing.
Oh, Ulta. Got it.
Ulta, yeah.
That honestly makes sense for me then. If Buffett bought into Ulta, that honestly would make sense. Ulta is massive, and they actually, are in a growth period. So,
you know what? I'm gonna look into Ulta.
Damn, they really did shoot up. They're up 33% in aftermarket hours. Jesus, they really did go up a lot. I didn't say 33%, did I? I meant $33. My bad. 10%. Still really big in aftermarket hours jump like that with Ulta. Man. But like I said, I would much rather invest into Ulta than I would, Cisco anyway.
Yeah.
I think Ulta trades or was trading at like a 12 PE or something like that. At least they have like, some growth going on. They've been kind of up and up and up. But still like,
yeah, it almost seems like the problem with these like large dinosaur sort of companies is the storytelling. There is none, especially because the original founders are long gone, and like so for people like us who are looking like for a reason to believe long term in the company, that there is none. Like I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Unless you're bringing in somebody like Starbucks, they would Brian. Like, honestly, like I'm now a believer in Starbucks going back up. But that's only because I've seen Brian's work and seen what he's done to obviously other companies before. So like, I'm like, okay, like something like that. But again, without like some sort of, something there to catapult me to get you to believing. Yeah, it's not something I want to, buy into. And like you said, there has to be a story behind it too that really helps, get you involved and like, makes you excited to be a part of the company and be a shareholder.
Exactly, because we want to believe. Like I'm a long-term holder, and I want to buy something and believe in it. And speaking of believing in long-term holding, I want to share a fun tweet from our well, what's a good word for this? From Elon Musk, and I'm just going. There's no way to like. I just have to show this tweet. So turns out. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? Elon did that big Twitter Spaces with Trump, or the day before.
I think it was the day before, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Monday
and
evening.
So right before he did that, the EU actually put out a statement, and I shit you not, this actually happened, saying, "Hey, you're going to be liable for like libel damages
Misinformation, pretty
and
much,
like
yeah.
like all this like basically threatening like, hey, don't interview Trump or else we're going to come after you." And like this is the EU saying this to a US citizen who's operating a US company interviewing a potential US president, right? Like nothing to do with the EU here. So whether
Yeah.
you agree or not, like what business do they have trying to censor Elon? And
No,
so
I agree
Elon,
with you.
in very Elon autistic sort of manner, um, issued a response. And I think this response is one for the ages. So I just have to show you guys. And if you haven't seen this, well, here it is. I need to share my screen. Hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Here we go. This was Elon's response.
Good old Elon, man.
This is how I aspire to respond to a foreign government.
Or just a regulator.
Or a regulator.
It's so much fun doing this to a regulator.
Like this was the letter. This was the letter that the EU sent. And you guys can read this and figure out whether you agree with it or not or whatever.
The kind of way I looked at it is like, okay, if you don't want people to watch it in your country, just block it for those hours. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're free to do that. That's kind of the way I look at it when it comes to those kind of things. Like, you're your own country. You could, do something like that if you wanted to. Like, I don't see the reason. Like I said, I mean, like, I think we all know, like, those, again, I think what happens is that these countries are so like worried about like misinformation. This misinformation is like everywhere. You're not going to block it. Let's just be honest with it. Like we all know, like when there's big people like Trump or somebody getting on stage, they're going to embellish stuff. They're going to, tell like fibs about some stuff. Like it is what it's going to be. Like it's how it always is and how it's always been, especially in politics. So I feel like as soon as people get over that point, I feel like we can all live better lives and just like take, what a politician says with a grain of salt and move on. Mm-hmm. I feel like when that happens, I think we'll all be better off. But hey, until then, we'll keep hearing a bunch of BS about one politic and this politic and that politic. But until then, it's like I put all politics into the same bundle. That half of it is probably BS. The other half is probably some sort of truth with some made up stories in between. People
are going to believe what they're going to believe.
Exactly. That's kind of the way I look at it.
People will spoon feed themselves bullshit and
yep. That's what I mean.
And regurgitate lies, and vice versa. It's like just So who cares, man? You got like you when you created social media, you gave fucking Jim Bob III the platform to say that that dinosaurs existed 500 years ago. Like like didn't you put two and two together? Did you not think like, oh well, maybe with the creation of Facebook, this could maybe get disproportionately out of hand.
Yeah, literally. I guess that's kind of the way I look at it too. It's like, okay, it's kind of like back in the day before this, like people used to tell a secret to somebody. And by the time it got to like the 30th person, it was way different. That's how the internet works too. So you say something on the internet, by the time like the 100th person posts that, the story's like completely changed. Like at least 50% of it's different than what you said. And it's just, all out of whack. And again, like you said, with the internet, like conspiracy theories, like are everywhere and anywhere. You're not going to control that. It's the damn internet. There's conspiracy theories in real life too. So it is what it is. I feel like, again, as soon as people realize that, like, you can't tell other people, what to believe, and you can't tell other people like what they can't read or watch, I feel like we're all going to be in better space. Until then, it's going to continue to be the same thing. I honestly don't see it changing. So I think we're just going to be in this space with the online web where you're going to see a bunch of weird shit. And you're going to see like, people trying to tamper down weird shit. And that actually makes the weird shit come out even more.
Yeah. I have such a rebellious nature. Like it just draws me to it more.
Yeah. Wikipedia is out of, Wikipedia is wild though. Like anybody can go in there and edit Wikipedia. So there's definitely some crazy stuff on Wikipedia.
Let's actually give people a quick update on the new streaming feature on Stonks.
Yeah, you should.
Topic this applies to you too. So yeah, we rolled out the ability for people to go live on Stonks. We're just going to keep it like very alpha stage for the next, a week or so. And then we'll start formally launching channels. So every single day we'll host a creator, an analyst, as we call them. And at the end of our stream, all the viewers will go over to their stream, and so it's going to be exciting. But yeah, if you want to test, you can literally hit the go live button on the top, and you can go live on Stonks right now if you want. There are some rules, so play nice.
Only finance content, please.
Yes, no copyrighted content. Keep it PG-13.
We don't want to see you in a thong in the hot tub over here, Topic.
Yeah, don't take off your shirt and dance on the couch.
You know what I was actually going to wear.
Uh-oh.
He's like over here on the charts over here. Man.
But yeah, so there's some people in chat that were asking about it. So Shaban FX is asking how streaming is going to work. So,
there you go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you should have named your channel Cowboy Trading.
Yeah,
man, you could have been lassoing stocks.
Lassoing those good buys.
Yeah.
It needs reformed. I let my old roommate borrow it for the 4th of July, and
that'll happen at a party, all right.
Yeah, that those hootenannies, man, I tell you.
Yep.
So did I hear that Donald Trump is back on Twitter and Truth Social's like DJT stock is like collapsing because of it? Is that?
Yeah, it was there for a little bit. I don't know if it still is or not. I mean, obviously DJT stock was only up because of that, but I think it kind of stabilized at like 20 something bucks. It's definitely obviously been in a downtrend for a while here for the past like 6 months or so. I mean, there's nothing there with DJT stock. I mean, it's obviously every quarter they do earnings. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Like, I don't think, it's just been like a meme stock for people who are super big. I don't even know if it's even just Trump supporters. I feel like it's people just trying to make money off other people. They're just like pumping the stock and then cashing out and then doing it all over again.
I'll tell you this.
So
I'd rather invest in DJT than Cisco. There, I said it. I
mean, I don't know, man. At least Cisco has some money coming in, though.
Hey, man, you just you see its fluctuation anywhere from like 60 to 65 to $20-ish. Just
I don't think we'll ever see $65 again. I wouldn't say it's not gonna go back up to like 40. But I don't know if it's going to. He pretty much like abandoned his own ship and went back to Twitter. So I feel like that's the only reason people are over there, right? And there was like obviously people made like troll accounts to troll everybody. That happens on Twitter. So like
with those, I say expect the unexpected. Like
true. I mean,
I would never ever advise this. But I still own AMC calls, like just in case,
No, I get you. If you have long-term calls, I wouldn't get rid of them. It'd be silly.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with how down I am with them. But hey.
Yeah, AMC. Yeah, honestly, you probably should have sold those. Like when you seen it go up to $70, you should have got rid of those then.
Oh no, I bought these at like I don't even know, like $6.
Then maybe they'll go back up then. That's not that far down, actually.
Yeah, we got till January 17th, so it better hurry the hell up.
Damn, that's coming up soon, brother.
Oh, yeah, it is. But like I said, with stuff like that, it's like, don't expect anything,
Yeah,
that is literally definitely. Just, oh, shit, whatever,
Yep. Got to make money elsewhere to make up for the loss there.
No, that is investments you make off of.
Going to make a comeback. I wish it would, honestly. But,
off of your day job, like you don't invest, money from your day job into that.
Yeah.
Oh heavens!
I would. That's another company I wouldn't mind to see you get another CEO. Good old AMC.
Yeah, I mean. Like after last year, with having its best year in 103 years, after all the fundamentals, you just don't see the stock move. It's like, okay, well, this is obviously dead in the water. So
you never know, honestly, though. Like I said, all it takes is like a movement of retail investors coming like super hard, and then you never know. Like I said, like the thing could start popping. So. Doing better than INTC bottom swing. I mean, true. You're not wrong there, Havana.
I think with
Not wrong
AMC and GameStop, I think it's very interesting to see how you can have a company with a ton of money that they didn't expect to have on their balance sheet, but now they
Yep.
do, right? And yet do absolutely fucking nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Dude,
Like,
I'm telling you, man, like the
of
CEO
all
of
the things
AMC
you could
pisses me
do,
off.
like, come on, guys, you could like I don't know, GameStop could have bought game companies with all the cash they had, right?
They could have done
Like,
some of that too.
fuck, become a publisher. Games make money, you know.
No, 100% they make money. I was actually confused they didn't go buy some indie game studios.
Yeah. What do they do?
Some of those indie
Absolutely
game
fucking
studios are kind of
nothing.
cheap too, and they make some
Yeah.
really good games that pop off. I'm surprised they didn't do that again.
You know,
I feel like same thing with AMC though. Like I said, the
So
AMC
if I was
CEO
the
needs to go.
AMC CEO, here's what I would do. I would say, look, people want live experiences, right? Gen Z, like that's what people are going for. They're going to concerts, they're going to
Yep.
like festivals, live events. Like that seems to be the future of entertainment. Take all this money
Exactly.
that I didn't expect to have and go buy out some festivals, some concerts, maybe
Yeah.
venues or like ticketing platforms or like
I
just
agree.
stuff in that space.
Even if it's something simple like what they did, what obviously Taylor Swift did, right? Like that, like blew out the theaters everywhere. Like just having the concert, obviously inside the theaters, I feel like that was big. I feel like we have some more of that kind of thing. I think people will go watch those as well. Like let's just say if like let's just say like Post Malone, that's another one like a lot of people like would go to. I'm sure. Like I'm just thinking like obviously those kind of like musicians that people would actually go to. I feel like that would be another one that would probably sell out all theaters too. I think there's just
what
like
did
so
they
many
do? Absolutely nothing.
nothing. That's what I mean. The CEOs, like I was want to, it's like one of those people you just want like, no, what are you doing? He has so much money just sitting there for the last few years now, and he's done nothing with it. Right? It's just like, man, come on.
So it's 3 minutes to time.
Yep.
What a crazy idea.
Exactly, Roberta. Exactly.
Crazy idea. Gamers don't go outside. So currently we're giving out money, and roughly like 30% of people like are winning, right? Give or
Yep.
take the win rate. But if you finish it like you're in the top 31% or 33%, you get nothing, right? What if there's a buffer of people who just get bonus entries? You get an extra entry, so you can come back tomorrow and double your odds.
So if you lose, you double.
Not all losers. No, I think
he's talking about like the bottom, like next 10% or something like that. We get like some
10,
extra
20,
ticket or two,
play with
pretty
it.
much.
Exactly.
You know, the developers have a very long list of things
True.
to do. And if you're going to put more stuff on their plate, they may not like
Yep.
you.
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff we need to get done for like the streamer side of things too.
The
I would
list
put that
is
on the
about
low
20
list.
features long.
Put that on the low list eventually.
I know developers are listening to this, and if they like a feature, it will get done first. So
that is true.
Regardless of how many things are on the list.
Yeah. Eventually, though, that'd be kind of something cool to add. Obviously, extra on top of some things. So I agree with that.
Okay, we're almost there. Picking winners.
Yep. Let's see who wins.
Yeah, Choffman, we don't do agile programming, man. We do we code whatever we want to code today. Like that's our programming style.
Yep.
We don't actually have a list of features that need doing.
Yeah, we're like, what do we need first? That's what goes. We just have features that come up every day.
But I do like it. Like, 25% get cash, 50% get picks. That way you it's not like you got nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of like gives like this is a day and age of rewards, bro. I need instant gratification. If I don't win, like if I come in 6th place in the class running competition and I don't get my ribbon, I'm pissed.
You want your trophy at 6th place.
Oh shoot.
This is exactly why this country is on a downhill, because everyone got
exactly. But I come in 6th place, Mom.
No,
Where's
I won't lie.
Ribbon?
I got 8th place, and I saw I won like $1.50, and I was like,
yeah, that's before we redid the earnings. I do agree, like the top 10 should win the most. Obviously, top 3 the most, and then top 10, and then it kind of trickles down from there. So we definitely redid that because I hated people coming in 4th place and getting like $1. I was like, no, it makes everybody feel so bad. Oh man. But I think the top like 25, top 30% like is a good zone to be in, and then everybody else below that gets, some people get some tickets.
Yeah, I think tickets, you save money that way too. Like,
true. Let's see.
Whatever.
Thanks for the dopamine. Hey, that's what we're here for,
Nope.
Havana. That's what we're here for. 48.78 was your prediction. Winners are here. It's going to take a second, obviously, to load up, but it'll be here in a second. There's a lot of entries today, too. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Who's coming in first place? I needs to know. Y116, you came in 901st place. So I came in 904th. Well, see you guys later. Ernesty got $1.28 in 451st place. See, like you guys still win some dollar bills down here. I got $1. I don't even get it, but I got $1 too. See, look at me. I'm a winner. Hello. Oh, there he goes. Saru with first place. I just seen him in the chat just a little bit ago. Yo, Saru with $125.51 coming in first place. Crash coming in second place with $63. Candy coming in third place with $38. Nilsson coming in fourth place with $25. Dometsky coming in at fifth with $18. Chanda coming in at sixth with $15. Go balls deep at seventh place with $13.01. Oh my God, get out of here, guys. I'm not saying all these. Oh God, Dingo coming in at eighth place with $10.51. MS ninth, and then El Dad in 10th. That's rounding out the top 10 place right there. Let's go, guys. Let's go. And everybody else that came in and won some dollar bills, congrats to you as well. Hopefully you win many dollar bills, not just $1 bill.
I'm gonna take some time and read these names.
There's some wild names in here. Which I knew we would get some crazy names, right? Like there's some people.
I feel like I'm lacking on the creativity now.
Yeah. Well, have you been on Twitch? There's all kinds of creativity. We got a lot of that crowd over here now, so there's lots of creativity.
1,381st place. Let's go.
Came in 34th. Let's go, Imlaw. Let's go. Kind of happened at 4:30 p.m. mark. Let's see that. Yeah, it was 48.30. 48.30 was the final price. So when it says calculating winners, it's when it's taking the price and then obviously it comes together there. So right around like 4:30, it takes the price, and we get it from TradingView too. So obviously, like different brokers could be off. Could be could be at like 48.31, and another broker could be at 48.32. So like they're not all going to be the exact same prices on each brokerage. We get hours straight from TradingView though. 49 today, not bad for. That's good. That's good, J Fusion. Let's go, man. Let's go. 49th. That's top 50. I'll take some small, consistent wins. See, oh yeah. Honestly, like I said, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's just a fun game to play. You guys need to come in, enter for free. This is just like a good community building. At the end of the day, that's the way I look at it. At least everybody gets to know everybody in chat. You guys get to win some money by just predicting a stock. As we're building the platform, it's almost like you guys are kind of like beta testers at this point when we're paying you to do it. But like I said, if you guys like see the new site, if you guys have stuff at like maybe something that's not working, let us know in the chat. We can always look into it and make sure it's working right on our end as well. Because again, we are definitely still in alpha and we're building things as we go. So if there's something you see that maybe something works better, you can always put it in the chat too. We always see those things. I have chat up a lot too on my end. So if I see something cool come across, I'll definitely let the team know as well. But yeah, I mean, heck. Congrats to all the winners today. Tomorrow we are doing Applied Materials. So they do earnings at 4:05 as well. Same as we usually do. So, we'll go live at 3:30. We'll see you guys live at 3:30. There will be other live streams live tomorrow. So if you guys, stop in and you see other live streamers, jump in their chat, follow the streams, hang out with them as well. I'm sure they'd love to have you on their streams too. So, but yeah, I think that's it from us. Everybody got anything else to say?
Other than
Any more updates? Anything on your guys' end?
I'm still salty about those Cisco earnings, but hey,
I think as an example, it's a great learning experience if you're an investor, especially a new investor, which is, I think,
What,
long
this is
term we are
horseshit?
yeah, we don't know shit. Like short term, we don't know shit.
Sure.
Really don't.
It's random. It really is. Long term, I think we're right. But short term, like who the hell knows?
And if you're a remember, guys, if you guys are a CEO of a company that is on the market, remember to say that your earnings are going to come in like shit and then beat the said shit earnings with this bad earnings, and you're golden. You'll go up. Don't take my advice, by the way. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, say you're gonna go down 10% and only go down 6%.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's good. It's like, wow, he's
then it's a 40% beat on yeah.
That is so wild.
Best advice we could ever give on here.
Exactly.
Do the opposite of what we say.
Yeah, not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
Not at all. All-time leaderboard. There will be a leaderboard coming, yes. For all time.
Gosh.
It actually is live. If I'm
Oh, is it
not
already
wrong.
live? I can't remember if it was there or not.
Click on your profile.
Oh, it's on the profile page. Never mind. Yep, you're right.
Click leaderboard. It's there.
Yeah.
I'm 31 all time.
Never mind. It is actually already live. For some reason in my head, it's like, what?
It's kind of hidden away, to be honest, but we're gonna make it a lot more prominent.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was looking for I clicked down. I was like, where's it at? Like, okay, there it is. Got it. Well, guys, it's been a great stream. So remember, guys, tomorrow we are doing applied materials. It should be up probably in the next like 10 or 15 minutes. We'll get it changed over to a new game. So you guys should be able to start making your predictions pretty soon here. And like I said, you'll probably see other streamers start going live over the next day. I know tomorrow there'll at least be one, but I'm sure there'll be multiple tomorrow going live. And then obviously as more and more features roll out, there'll be more and more streamers going live too. So yeah, like I said, this will be a site where you guys can take in, financial content from many content creators and, find content creators you like. There might be some you don't like, but at the end of the day, that's how every, platform is. So hopefully you guys find some new content and people to watch outside of just us, obviously, because we'll still be doing our live streams every day as well. Applied Materials is up. Applied Materials is already up. See, told you guys, quick.
There we go.
All right,
We're
gentlemen,
golden.
I bid you adieu.
Thank you.
We'll
See you
later.
tomorrow.
Next time.
Ciao. Ciao.
Till next time.